Well, good morning. I've been sitting here this morning, just reading through the Gospels again, preparing a little bit for our trip to Israel. Realized it's only 7 Fridays away, so that's really exciting. But I thought this morning I would just send you a little bit of video, connect with you, just welcome you. Now that our tour is completely full, just welcome everyone to the tour. We've got 31 people plus me on tour, plus our agent, our driver, and our tour guide. So 35 of us traveling around Israel together in 7 weeks' time. It's going to be amazing. I've got a few questions over the last couple of weeks. All of those questions I'm going to answer at our info evening on the 5th of Feb. So please RSVP to that if you can make it physically in Pretoria. That'll be amazing. Otherwise, if you can join us online, I'll send through information about that. But if you can't join us on the 5th of Feb because you've got something else on, no problem. It's going to be recorded, and then I'll open up the group after that, which will give you an opportunity to watch the video, see the information, but also ask more questions if you want to. But the one thing I did want to say in time, and that's why I thought I'd just send you this video quickly, is the most important thing and the best thing you could do to prepare for a trip to Israel is to read through the Gospels and read through it with a geographical mindset. So what I mean by that is usually when we read the Bible, when we read the Gospels, we sort of just read the story and we get the bigger idea. Some of us a little more interested in the history or the geography, but most of us, I think, just sort of read the story. But I want to encourage you over the next couple of weeks to read through the Gospels with the geography in mind. So what I mean by that is when you read that Jesus crossed the lake to go to the other side, pause and think about that, because we're going to do that. We're going to cross the Sea of Galilee just like Jesus did from the one side to the other side. We're going to have a boat trip on our first day there, which is just a really great highlight when it speaks about Jesus entering Jerusalem on Palm Sunday. We are going to walk that same road that Jesus did. It's called Palm Sunday Road. Now you're going to read about where Jesus sat outside the city and he wept over the city of Jerusalem, and we're going to sit in that exact spot. We're going to pray for Jerusalem because the Bible tells us to pray for Jerusalem, but we're also going to pray for our own cities, and we are going to prophetically weep over our cities and trust God to bring great change in our nations. We've got a number of different nations represented on this trip. We've got people from South Africa, people from New Zealand, Australia, the United States. So I'm really stoked to have so many different people groups there. We're going to be reading how, you're going to be reading in the Gospels how Jesus went down to the Jordan to be baptized. And so we're going to go to the Jordan where Jesus was baptized. We're going to have an opportunity to be baptized. So I really want to encourage you with that as you prepare spiritually. Read through the Gospels, get to understand a little bit, especially what Jesus did around the Sea of Galilee. We're going to be spending about 1.5 days, almost 2 days around the Sea of Galilee. We're going to Capernaum, where Jesus said some amazing things to Peter. On this rock I will build my church, and the gates of hell will not prevail against it. We're going to be there. We're going to be in that place where such incredible words were spoken. We're going to be going to Bethlehem and Nazareth. We're going to be going down to the Dead Sea as we pass Jordan, and then we're going to be going to Jerusalem, spending about a day and a half there as well. And obviously the things that happen in Jerusalem were just incredible, and you are going to love Jerusalem. It is my favorite place on earth, just the most incredible city in the world. So get yourself into the mindset of just understanding scripture, because especially a lot of the places we go to, there isn't a long time because of the crowds and that sort of thing, isn't a long time to explain the story. So if I can just make reference to, well, sometimes I have to just make reference to one or two stories, and I just have to assume that you do know the gospel. So I cannot stress this enough. The one thing you need to do to prepare for your trip and your experience in Israel is read the Gospels, read the Gospels, read the Gospels. I'm really excited to have you there. Every trip I've done to Israel has been very different, but every trip I've done in Israel has been life-changing and incredible. So I'm looking forward to experiencing this with you in 7 weeks' time. Have a great Friday and a great weekend.